Hey everyone, with the stock market plunging and inflation on the rise and a possible recession on the way, there's so much financial uncertainty and potential anxiety that's going to be going around of not knowing what's going to be. And even aside from that, on a yearly basis, am I going to hit my sales markers? Am I going to have my job next year? Is my business going to be successful? Businesses, a lot of successful, wealthy people lose money in very, very short amount of time. So we never know for sure what's going to be. And that can cause a lot of anxiety. Wouldn't it be amazing if there was some sort of North Star, some sort of focus we could have that will allow us to weather the storm of the current times and anything that may crop up in the future? And this week's Torah portion is a phenomenal lesson that God tells the Jewish people. He says, Moshe, go tell the Jewish people, and they're standing on Mount Sinai, go tell the Jewish people that when they get to the land of Israel, Sheish Shanim Tizra Sadecha, for 6 years you could work the field. Tizmor Karmecha, you could prune, do whatever you got to do for 6 years. However, on the 7th year, lay fallow. Can't touch it. Can't work it. You eat from it, you cannot work the field. Now, can you imagine? This was the sustenance of the people at that time. When it was going to be 6 years, this is how we eat. Don't touch it for the 7th year. How am I going to live? How am I going to survive? God says, trust me, and you're going to be taken care of. And the miracles happened that there was enough food for that 7th year to last that year and the 8th year as well. God was telling the Jewish people a lesson. And specifically was telling them this on Mount Sinai. So guys, you see you're at Mount Sinai here? How are you eating? Are you working? Are you working the sand? Obviously not. There was mutton from heaven. There was spiritual food that was being dropped down miraculously every single night. Couldn't save for the next day. It was exactly the amount for your family, and you'd have to wait for it the next day. And God was training the Jewish people. It's going to come, it's going to come, it's going to come. But they had to believe in Hashem. But God knew that when we got to the land of Israel and we're starting to use our physical hands to create our produce and our livelihood, we may forget this lesson. And we start thinking, Kochem va'otzim biyadi, the power comes from me, that I'm the one that's producing it. I'm a great farmer. I'm a great businessman. God says, remind yourself. And not just because you should do that, to realize it comes from me, because there's going to be uncertainty in life. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be times where you just don't know what's going to be. But if you remember that Hashem that was there in the manna in heaven is the same Hashem here now, don't work the fields. The same concept of Shabbat, that we work for 6 days and the 7th day we don't work. Why? God, we understand. It all comes from you. And there's no reason that we have to go above and beyond, you shouldn't be nervous in any way, realizing that you love us, you're the God of heaven, and you'll get us through any tough times that are currently here and may come up in the future. Shabbat Shalom.